بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين.
We'll see. May Allah help us.
Initials SS from Ontario, Canada. Is wearing a white dress on your wedding day permissible? Isn't this from the kafir woman?
Is wearing a white dress on your wedding day permissible? Is it not from a kafir woman? Wearing white for women is permissible as long as it does not resemble the clothing of men. The general rule is that a man's clothes are white. The sunnah. The Prophet told us the best clothes that you have is what? White. So wear it and shroud your dead in white. Many authentic hadith regarding that, about wearing white and the virtue of wearing white. Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu in Sahihain, he went to the Prophet sallallahu. He was sleeping. He was lying down. Wa alayhi thawbun abyad. And he was wearing a what? A white garment. Wa hakadha. So therefore, the ulama, they say that a woman is okay. It's okay for her to wear white as long as it is specific to a woman. The next concept is kuffar. What's meant by the way of the kuffar, imitating the kuffar? If kuffar have dicky pants, the brother has on blue dicky pants. Kafirs wear them, and he's obviously a Muslim. Under Armour pant or socks. Muslims made those socks? In most cases, no. So is it haram for me to wear them? I don't have a cross on me. I'm making salat. I'll come to the masjid, but I like the socks. Does it necessarily become haram just because kuffar do it? Everybody understand this? But the problem is when something is known and specific and exclusive to the kuffar. This is a trademark from their way. A trademark from what? From their way. Then this one, that's a problem. The next scenario is, Salih, is that if this white dress on the wedding day is extremely luxurious, lavish, extravagant, and it's a means of you being a spendthrift. It's a means of you wasting loads of money. It's a means of you showing off and boasting and bragging. Then that's also a problem. As far as if a sister had on a white dress, she was among her mahram women, she wasn't in front of men, it was a nice dress, it wasn't 6 and 7 feet long, somebody carrying it behind her, throwing rice, playing a trumpet behind her, this and that, blowing, hitting drums, things like this. It was a dress that was permissibly, it was covering what needed to be covered on her body. And it wasn't something of extravagance, lavishness, being outwardly just spendthrift. Then we can't necessarily say that it's what? Haram. Because I'm from America, I come from Houston, Texas. I come from Utah, I come from North Dakota, I come from California, I come from New Jersey. My culture, I don't have an Arabian culture. My parents are not from Pakistan or Bangladesh. My parents are not from North Africa, West Africa. My parents are not from the Congo. My parents are not from where they're Muslims. My culture is what? American culture. Kuffar and Americans, most of them are non-Muslim. So I have to get rid of all of my cultural practices for a total different foreign culture? That's where the problem comes in. You come from Saudi Arabia. Your parents are from Karachi, from a Muslim place where most people there are Muslim. You have a specific what? You have a playbook of things. Foods, drinks, sweets, shoes, clothes. It's well known. In Pakistan, this is what the Muslims do, and this is what the Hindus do. Is this not the case? You go to Guyana. You have Hindus, you have Christians, you have Muslims. The Muslim foods and the Christian foods, some things are similar, but there are certain things that are what? Specific to the Muslims. It's known. Everybody is what? It's known. So you come from a place in which there's a set of rules and laws. There is an actual Muslim culture, whether it's Islamic or not, whether it's mandatory in the Sunnah or not, but it's known it is the practice of the Muslims. So to you, the ruling may be a bit different. But to me, it's my culture. It's what we eat. Baked chicken and string beans. I don't have couscous. My meal is not a traditional Muslim meal from this country. This is the kuffar eat the same as we eat. Traditional American food, baked chicken. Everybody understand it's not roasted lamb. So I have to not eat baked chicken and now only eat roasted lamb and couscous. That's not necessarily knowledge like, that's not scientific, it's not ilmi, that's not mantiqi to say that that's haram for you to have your original culture. But the concept of baked chicken in the church, and this is a well-known food on Friday nights and on Sundays and this and that. It's well-known. This is Christians eat. Now that's a what? That's a different story that I might have to get rid of and eat the couscous and the roasted lamb. Everybody understand? Is this the general rule for all of these different issues of dress, hairstyles, foods, expressions, hello, goodbye, and things like this? Once you get the general template, you can put it on what? Every different issues. That's why I answered it a way like this. So I can't necessarily say it's haram with those what? Dawabit. With those guidelines. With those what? With those guidelines. We cannot necessarily say that it's haram. Wallahu alam.
Abu Abdul Rahman, QC, Canada. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. A local church invited the people of my town to meet us, the Muslim community, to give us condolence for the brothers dead a few weeks ago, and to teach people about Islam and our community. They even asked us to read Quran in front of everyone, and they seem to have good intentions, inshallah. Is it permissible for us to go inside of the church for doing dawah? We already agreed with them that we will not pray there, but it will be free mixing. Barakallahu fiqh, dear Sheikh.
So I would say, I'll give you a general answer, and I would request for you to give me the specific details in text and an email. Specific details and what? In an email. Everybody got this? That's first and foremost. The general answer is, it may not be permissible for you to go there. It may be mandatory. It may be mandatory, obligatory, not for all the Muslims to go, but for an elite batch, an elite group of Muslims to go there with the following purposes. Number one, to show the strength, power, organization of the Muslims. Number two, to show the willingness of the Muslims to live in peace in a community. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. I do not believe in your religion, you don't believe in mine, but you are still my what? My neighbor. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. You said a game last night? Yeah, right. Take care. It's cold outside. You're my neighbor. Common neighborly rights. Al-ma'un. Wa yamna'un al-ma'un. Shovel your neighbor's sidewalk. You see what I'm saying? Their daughter dropped her book bag and you, heck of that neighborly stuff. We're neighbors. And the Muslims are human beings. We are respectful. We're clean. We're not cowards. We don't hide. We're not shamed. We're neighbors. Whether we like it or not, whether I believe in your aqidah or not, we live in one neighborhood. So if somebody bombs this church, if somebody bombs this synagogue, if someone bombs this masjid, waliyadhu billah, or attacks a Muslim sister and rapes her, or attacks a Jewish lady, or a Christian lady, or a Hindu lady, and we don't do nothing as a community collectively, something's obviously wrong, because one day it's the Sikh girl that was raped, and the next day is Sister Amatullah, waliyadhu billah. Not because I believe in your Christianity or your Buddhist or Sikh religion. La 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 la. No. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. But you're my neighbor. I'm not living in an Islamic state. I'm not living in a Muslim country. So we have to show that the Muslims are good neighbors. And this is an effect, whether you like it or not. Hate crimes, quote unquote. These are things which have an effect upon what? Everyone. No, everybody. If the hate crime is okay, then it's going to be okay to another minority. So this is reality. So the Muslims have to teach about Islam. Allah knows best who may be guided, who may hear the Quran, Surah Al-Maryam, you recite to them, they may cry. Just like Najashi radiallahu anhu cried. Everybody understand this? When he heard Surah Maryam. He was a Christian at the time, before he accepted Islam. So to call to Allah, to clarify what Islam is and what Islam isn't, and to show the people, which is also a means of da'wah. Everything is about da'wah. is that the Muslims are willing to cooperate in community work. We're building a clinic that has nothing to do with religion. It's a clinic, a health clinic. And it's a benefit to the community. Cleaning up this yard, this park, painting something, making a mural, obviously nothing that's haram to make, illustrating the wat arwah, graffiti, urban, this and that, as a what? Community project. And they say, let's take a picture. Take a picture. I have my thobe, I have my beard. Next to me is a pastor and Christian. We take a picture. Not because he's my wali in the deen. Not because I love him, he's my friend, because we're community leaders. And we all have a general responsibility of looking after the what? The community. It's this, that simple, a balance. So therefore, if it was me, and if I was there, and they called me and asked me, I would not hesitate in going to the church, showing up, bringing some of my top students, some of the good brothers. He's a business guy, he's a doctor. She's a woman, she's a homemaker. This is a sports coach. This brother's an athlete. And show them the good Muslims, the strength of the Muslims, and teach them and recite to them about the Quran. Not forcing it on them, but giving it, and that's it. Shaking a woman's hand, different story. Getting down with a cross and this and that. He's my brother, he's my friend. Didn't say that. He's my neighbor. And this is what Islam stands for. Everybody understand this? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. Wallahu alam. What they intend, is it meant to increase their numbers, get more money, get funding for the church? That's not my what? It's not my problem. That's not my response. That's not my intention. I'm going there representing Islam with a what? Agenda. I have a what? An agenda. Not to flirt and to mix and to look at the women dressed in the skirts and the dresses and then no. That's not my agenda. Maybe yours, but it's not mine. I'm there to recite, give a brief speech. Thank you very much. This is Imam Mufti Muhammad Munir from such and such mosque, and that's it. And it's done. Only Allah knows how many people are going to benefit, learn, how many people may realize something about Islam. And I'm going to say last but not least, from my personal experience, I've had several encounters with Christians, men and women, 5 minutes, 2-minute talks, and they literally start crying. Or some of them, they say, I never knew that about Islam. I never knew Jesus was in the Quran. I never knew the word Isa was mentioned more than Muhammad in the Quran. I never knew that. I never knew chapter 19. I never knew that. I never had an idea that Isa is coming back. I never knew that you Muslims even believed in those things. You'd be shocked of the ignorance that many Christians have of the basic tenets of Islamic faith. And the only way that you can get that dawah out there is by seizing these types of what? Opportunities. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's an absolute rule in Islam. No one quote me on this. I'm not saying it's an absolute rule. But sometimes, sometimes you have to take a couple of scratches to get to something. If you want a rose, fragrant, beautiful aroma, beautiful color, you may have to get scratched by a thorn or two to grab the rose. Sometimes. A minor scratch, not a puncture, going a little bit of a scratch to get to the what? To grab the rose. Sometimes that's a reality of life. Sometimes you have to sacrifice just a bit to get something what? Much bigger. Much what? You say you give an egg to get a what? To get a hen. Wallahu alam. Sallallahu sallam wa barak ala abdi rasuli nabi Muhammad.